so forth.
Before I move on to some other things, there's a book that you've talked about from time to time that you thought was kind of inspirational in this area, and I thought maybe you could say a couple words about it. And it's called The Soul of Money.
Yes.
So maybe you could share a little bit about some of your thoughts about that.
The Soul of Money is written by a woman named Lynn Twist, and she runs kind of a teaching organization, I guess it is, up in Petaluma or somewhere up near Santa Rosa, I believe. And she wrote a book called The Soul of Money. She was an international fundraiser for the Hunger Project at one time. And in her work, she discovered things, a lot of which are kind of Buddhist training, but she points out that that you don't teach your children. Well, the most important thing we can leave our children is a healthy relationship to their money. Mm-hmm. And they can't have that healthy relationship if they don't participate in what it means to have money. And I find that myself, as one example, and other people, that we never think we have enough money. Mm-hmm. And it's always, we've asked somebody, well, how much money would be enough? And you say, well, just a little bit more than I have now. and it's always that way, perpetual, no matter how much you have. If you get into the billions, it's probably just a little bit more than I have now, because then I'll have enough to give it away. Mm-hmm. And the only thing that satisfies, will diminish that feeling of scarcity, oh, I don't have enough, is to start giving some of it away, and then you realize, gosh, that didn't hurt. Mm-hmm. And I'm still up where I was before, and things don't stop. I still am making money or whatever, and so and sometimes the market goes up and helps. Mm-hmm. It didn't today, but but that healthy relationship to money, that I can give it away. That's what, of course, this one third. Yeah. 1/3 was supposed to teach the children, yes. But they don't. Well, anyway, I'm not going to criticize that, but it is this sense of I have enough. And actually, I need to give some of it away to keep reminding myself that I have enough. That mm-hmm. Sounds kind of corny, but it does work. Mm-hmm. And then if you can communicate that to your children, that you never are so broke that you can't give some of it away. And
one of the things that she talks about is going to like community meetings in impoverished communities, places where, I mean, we would think of them as poverty type areas, mm-hmm. and meeting with groups of people and basically talking about the situation, and these people would give.
The people that see, well,
yeah, and they would feel so awesome.
Yeah, right. Well, any fundraiser, professional fundraiser, would tell you that all the talk, pictures, slick mailers with pictures of people destitute don't hold a candle to a site visit, to mm-hmm. go and see the concrete, physical people there and hear about their problems. I don't want to invade their privacy, but many of them are willing to share their experiences, and when you hear their life experiences, you just feel shame mm-hmm. that something could be done to help them, mm-hmm. and you certainly don't feel like hoarding your money. So they're definitely a site visit, and taking your children to there would be, it depends on the thing, mm-hmm. but what it is, but yeah. But still taking children there to see that side of life.
Okay. There's another thing that I'm going to mention, and it's not in my questions, so excuse me for that. But anyway, I've done a lot of reading of success literature type things. Think and Grow Rich, and
yeah. There's one called Pray and Grow Rich. I've never really gotten that one.
But one of the things that I will say related to a lot of this stuff that has been coming up again and again, this wealth attraction, what have you. Basically, they view giving as like planting seeds. That and I can't remember the name of the fellow right now, so excuse me, folks, if you know. But anyway, there was a man who said the hole that you give through is the hole that you receive through. And so, and many people have been finding that actually if they give more, that suddenly their income or their wealth increases. So this, it's just another thought related to this. That's not, you don't necessarily give to get, but it just seems to happen.
Well, I'm glad that it does happen. I think though what we're looking at is giving from the heart.
Yes.
Rather than giving to get.
Yes.
Which is, and giving from the heart does bring a reward.
Yes.
Which is, I'm going to say tangible. It's, you can't put it in a bank account, but it's a certain feeling about yourself.
Yeah.
And your participation in the community, and it dissipates that any sense of guilt that you might have about, well, I could have given there, but I was going to, but I never got around to doing it. So to realize that there's something happens to you when you open the pocketbook and start sharing.
It's by giving, you're really, in a sense, you're opening up your heart.
Yes. But
Okay.
one of the teachings or statements that Lynn Twist makes in her book, addressing that it was Mother Teresa wrote her a letter. I'm not going to go into the detail, but because she was basically complaining or apologizing to Mother Teresa for the behavior of some rich people in their presence, and she told Lynn Twist, now this is a fundraiser, is a wonderful person, done all this stuff, and she said, hunger will always be with us, but you need to open up your heart to the rich, because the rich need help as well. Otherwise, they feel lonely, and they're fearful of having their money taken away from them, and some of them, I'm sure, feel insecure that people only are friends of theirs because they know they're rich and they think they'll get something out of it. I mean, it's, the mind does lots of tricks, but but the rich need help in giving money away as well.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about some other approaches for family giving. And so, what are some things that we can do as far as developing this, again, within the family?
Well, there's a number of things you can do, but one I've already discussed, which is pooling your money toward just, instead of giving a tangible gift to adult children or them giving it to you, you give it to some charity and tell them what you did. We've given our grandchildren through the Heifer group animals every year, and they get the pictures and they get to see it, and there are other things you can do. As I said, you can take them on a site visit, and most organizations would welcome you bringing the children down there. You can get them involved in public service events where you can go and participate in all of these things, that fundraisers that people have. Or our office adopted a school, and the whole office went out and painted it one time.
Great.
And people brought their kids, and that's a showing of goodwill and good spirit, and it's giving of your time.
Yeah. So